Hey, chat, how you guys doing? We are switching over to a model setup. All right, so we got a lot to work on tonight. So hold on here. Got to move some stuff around. And I got to get the compressor running here. So give me a second. Do you really want the sound on right now? I said it was going to be muted, guys. All right, chat, we're back. It's just, we were muted for a reason. All right, so if you guys want to, we can watch MG Law. He's doing Sniper Elite. We can have him in the background. Looks like he's having some fun here. So why is it? Uh-oh. Did he freeze up? Did he freeze up?
Completing the mission.
Oh, chat, I think it's froze. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But anyway, Shelby, thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting like on both channels. I appreciate it very, very much. So, oh, there we go. He went down. That's what happened. So, all right, we'll leave him off to the side for now. So, guys, what we're working on is the IL-2 Shturmovik. And if you guys don't know what it is, it is, we'll bring up a picture here, actually. So this is a video game picture of one, but it is helpful. This is what we're building today. Not the same colors, but that is a IL-2 Shturmovik. It is a ground attack aircraft used by the Red Army during World War II. It was the backbone of their operations, was the bane of much of the German army on the Eastern Front. Was very effective in its roles. So we're working on building one. Obviously, you can see down here they have this light gray color. I'm actually kind of doing this bright blue because I saw it. I thought it looked kind of neat on the bottom. We're doing that because I want it to pop a little bit. How much did the Tamiya models cost? And not too bad. They're not too bad. Tommy is pretty decent. Most of the models aren't too bad here in America. I mean, they're not that expensive. I mean, like they're still like they're not like $20, but overall they're not bad to get. They're not bad to do. So, that is something will be there. Hey, Shelby, you guys are is the most overrated piece of shit of the whole war. Yes, I would much rather be in a P-47 Thunderbolt doing tactical air support than this. It was kind of garbage. But for the Russians, it did good enough, and it killed enough Germans and destroyed enough tanks. I mean, but yes, there were far better aircraft that I would have rather been in, but this is the plane that was available, so guess what? You're going to have to fly it. There are also a lot shittier airplanes than this, too, that served in World War II, so while it was not the best, it was also not the most worst plane. Looks like MG Law's back, so I'm gonna go back over to him. Hold on, chat. We need to fix up. We got some glue to clean out of a crack here. Oh, he had a power outage. Okay. Made out of solid mediocrity, yes. Yes. Whiskey 77 with 20 memberships. God damn. Thank you. Thank you. More for these grays. Well, Whiskey, I saw your thing here. I got your answer. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll sound good. Debbie O says, ran out of time on your last stream. Thanks for going over the S&W oral arguments. You're welcome. You're welcome. I thought it was really good. Yeah, it's just an example of how bad.
And I have like
of how bad
the fans on the computer light up.
Things
they
can
flicker
go
off,
and just
like,
absolutely get
the volcano.
annihilated. So looks like he just had a problem with it. We'll wait till he gets going again here. But Debbie, thank you very much. That sounds thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed you. I hope I didn't see a super chat in there. I just double checked, so felt bad there. Michael said, I'm pretty sure I've said too many naughty words to ever not be a gray. Yeah. PW, yes, to get monetized on a channel, you need 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. And for a while, YouTube had done like a different program, but I think they discontinued that. But anyways, chat, we've got some things here. So we've got the lower wing painted. We got to get the tip. I'm gonna re-black the tips, and then we'll get those done. The rear cockpit for the gunner position, I did get this painted on the insides. And it is ready to get. I already sealed it with some clear coat. Now, the interesting thing with this clear coat, chat, I did this for the cockpit as well. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this here. So in the cockpit, I used a light blue, but with the clear coat I sprayed on, it turned gray. It kind of ate it up a little bit. So we've got a pretty decent cockpit setup. But what we did, since it's sealed, I'm going to oil wash this, and I'm going to oil wash this, and then I'm going to oil wash the inside of the the cockpit walls. The cockpit walls that are here, we're gonna oil wash those. And from there, the way this works is you just shove in the cockpit, you shove in the back part, and they just lock down. So we'll take care of that in a second. But that's the game plan. That is the game plan. But yes, Whiskey 77 is doing his part here, chat, to make this a green chat.
Fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part. Are you?
Yes, chat, are you doing your part? Are you doing your part? All right, so we are. I don't know why my glasses wiped there. All right. So, first of all, we got to get some blue. We got to redo some of the gray parts. And these are the things I did right away that are problematic, so we have to address them. So, for example, we have the landing gear doors. These landing gear doors here. Spraying them, we got a little bit of spray on the insides. So we got to re-hit these up with some gray. You're supposed to use RLM gray, which is Reich's something or another. It's a German gray pattern, but German gray just period works good. Also, painting this up, guys. This is the bottom side where all these wings merge into it. So should look like this. You put the bottoms on. It should look something like that. This is how it should look. We're going to do that. Only problem with that is right now, these inside of the landing gear wells, here and here, they've got blue on them. So I've got to paint them gray again. So we're going to fire this up. And the neat thing is when I reprime all of this, I'm going to hit this with a big strip of black to get it as a base coat, and then I'll do the blue because that's how this looks that good. So I'll just hit these black, and then we'll just redo them, and then the tops are already black based. And guys, you're wondering why I do the black basing on this. It's what it's called. And I don't know if you're going to notice this too well on here, but I don't do a full blue coat. With this black on here, it's hard to do all the panels on this one. It was a little tough. But not doing it fully, like it's not solid blue. This gives a lot of depth and color and shadow to this. So that's why I'm doing it that way. It gives a lot of appearance there. So makes these colors have depth to them. Makes the panels look a little, it gives it life. It gives it life. So if you guys are wondering, this is part of the landing gear. Well, that's an assembly we glued in. And I'll show you guys. I kind of worked on some steps throughout the week, gluing parts as I went. Just so it wasn't just us sitting here gluing parts and waiting for glue to dry. So we'll work on this real quick, and then we'll do the panel washings on the cockpit parts. You guys remember we did with the tank, the oil wash, a little bit of black paint, and some mineral spirits, and we just slosh it all over, and we give it that look where it's going to look like $1 million soon. So, oh, Debbie says you ran out of time. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
So he either went up the mountain or down this way.
Territory says, just so you don't have to. So jealous I don't have to deal with rust. I'm doing my vintage Land Rover repairing the rear cross member. Well, hey, at least that's not you don't have transmission problems because that's a Land Rover thing. What's that smoke thing behind him? He's got like an air, like just like a thing there.
I don't know which direction of that.
When am I gonna hop on with Mindset and talk about the Johnny Somali saga? I don't know. Whenever he wants to. I know he's been a little busy because like it just happened. But yeah, I'd love to. I think it'd be fun. We'll have to work that out. We'll have to work that out. Winter Soldier said, I hear this place is safe from method cleansing. In the model bench, yes, but not in the main channel. But we'll switch over. I'll turn the sound up for MG Law here in a second, guys. Mean Copium, how you doing? Good to see you, Josh. Hope you're doing well. Is Sargon muted, or does Sean have Sargon muted? Oh.
insertion.
Yeah.
Who knows?
The WEF's greatest fear says there's been a lot of talk that woke is over. However, woke is a result of corpo welfare, which economy's been running on before many of us were born. A outlaw of such a thing would cause a crash. Well, we'll work on that. We'll see. We'll test that theory out. We'll test that theory out.
You know he went
Maddie says I have definitely improved. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
one way or
Been
the other.
learning. Been learning. Trying to learn. Trying to learn. Yes, the
Well,
Land
he's
Rover
the one
MG and
that's-
electrical go hand in hand. Yes, so would do same thing with Triumphs. My dad used to have a Triumph TR8 or TR6. That thing fucking had electrical issues out the asshole.
It's not hands free.
And then some mice got into it over the course of a winter and fucking destroyed it. So, he also had a Triumph Spitfire. I never got to ride in that one. He had that one when he first met my mom, but I got to ride in the TR6. It was cool.
Ice cream. That's good.
All right, but there we go. Apparently this is not Carl anymore, so I'm a little sad to hear that.
Oh, see,
It's not Carl Fairburn anymore. Let's
so,
see. Ooh, wow, his frame rate's really low. At least the streaming's really rough.
Ooh, they're dead.
Guys, he's playing Sniper Elite 5, I think. Or
They're
4, I
dead.
forget. He's in France now. TR6, the man fun car. Yeah, it was. My dad was a big Triumph guy back in the day. So he's probably playing on a PS4. I don't know.
Both there.
Is
Might
Sniper
expose
Elite
myself.
is Sniper Elite on PS4?
Ooh, they're dead.
Huh. Well,
He's gonna get me
where are
now.
we at here? So I
Gonna
gotta
see
get
me up
out.
here.
So chat, we've got to get some colors out. We've got
He's taking out all of these
Where's
folks.
German Gray? German Gray. Oh, hold on, chat. Gotta go grab it.
Not them.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Oh, Maddie, you might be able to tell me what this is. So, this little thing right here that seems like it's part of the return spring for the air gun. Every once in a while, when I get it started back
Oh, I heard
up,
something.
this thing has slack in it again. You see that little piece? So I always have to like take this
How many of
apart
them has
and
it sticking
retighten the
out?
main screw, and it seems to take care of the problems. I don't know. Is that a normal thing? Am I sniping someone playing a sniping
There are
game?
not
Yes,
very
that
many
is the
left.
fun part. Yes. So I think it's catching up his frame rates. I think he had to
Oh, Lord.
restart. So
Pop me here in a second, probably.
it kind of depends on how you reassemble it. Well, because once I put it back, like once I screw this big nut thing back in,
That guy
I never have the problem anymore.
still
Like
alive
it
back there.
automatically returns. So like, ooh, that wasn't good.
And all of these folks are
Uh-oh.
deceased.
I pushed it too hard, but the nut. The D's nut. Uh-oh. All right, well. Messing with that, I lifted up too hard on it. It all popped out. So,
Can't think to fix
Shit.
it. Yeah, I see I gotta move.
yeah, I kind of did break it. This popped out, and I'm not happy about that right now.
Could use the phone, but that'd give away my position.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
Got me. He was right up the hill.
It's a call it like a TIG. Oh. Well, I was trying
Right
to show
up
you
the
the
hill.
thing, like, check this out, and you're like,
That was nice.
okay, I think I found where this has got to go.
Right up the hill where I knew he was. Declined.
There we
He
go.
probably did. Obviously,
Got
he
it
knew.
back in, no problem. It's back in there. We're good to go. But that's what I mean. Like, I put this part in, this part right here,
No.
that pushes up against it, and it's like you just tighten it back down, and it seems to work fine. And I just think it's weird because it's like every time I use it, I get the same problem.
All right. Rick's box. Okay.
It's broken. I don't think it's broken. I think it's just got a weird
Dead
way
drop.
it's
Okay.
assembled.
Well, I know this map better. Somewhat. Oh. Pop, pop, pop.
May need a bit of oil. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know if he's up here, if he's down on the ground. We're going to find out.
So, like, it's sticking. No.
Shturmovik.
I'm saying, like, here, hold on. Let me explain this once I get this in because I'm talking and trying to do this at the same time. Okay, so here's my problem. All right, hold on. Damn it, now I'm all fucking discombobulated.
He's still alive. That's good. They are not. That's not
All right.
good.
Hold on. Oh, I'm going to test some thinner through this real quick. My point is here.
He's alive.
All right. Okay. So here's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I hear him.
I'm going to use my thing. So there's this little part that pushes backwards
Oh, well, that works.
on the handle. So like when I do this, there's the return spring.
Good rematch.
Every once in a while I'm sitting here after I restart up everything after it's been sitting for a while, this part is all flippy floppy, and then this doesn't have an automatic return on it. It doesn't have the reset.
Put me back against.
So I always have to unscrew this collet, and then it's always good. That's my issue. And I just don't know why it's doing that. Because it seems like every time if I don't touch it for a while, that happens.
Run.
Yeah, see, and look, it just did it right now. See? It kind of... Is it worn out or did something happen? Because I don't know.
See, they're yellow already.
Yeah, see, it did that. And I think that's just if I did it too hard or something.
Did I see something?
Oh, Justin Gaethje Gaethje's might doing there?
Can't get over
His spray
there.
gun doesn't like me. Yeah, I know. I'll have to use the other one. Get the air fix going. Say, I finally think I got that one to work, too. So, that one should work.
It's going to expose me. It's not good, but...
All right. So that's good. We're going to open up some thinner. Remember, Chad, I'm using that homemade shit so I can make a bunch of it for cheap.
Damn, he done again.
Let's see what we got. I think I could zoom in a little bit.
He's not going to rematch.
Let's see here. All right.
Match me up with him again. Oh well.
There we go. We're good. We're in business. We're in business, boys.
Oh, okay. I don't know this one either.
All right.
Awesome.
So we're using XF63 German gray. Applied to sabotage, maybe.
Ooh.
That would be funny. Clyde Bear. Clyde is such a good boy. He would never sabotage me. He's too good. If he did that, I wouldn't give him weed treats. So If he sabotaged me, he'd have to watch his ass. That would be my message to Clyde. If you're doing that, buddy, watch your ass.
Ooh, I heard something.
Watch your ass. Let's see here, chat. Can I fix?
I'm pretty sure I heard something.
There we go. We got to make enough to make the spray gun run, which means we're going to waste some of this, which is the sad part. So that's the bummer here. Ag, yes, you would qualify as you could take the patent bar because you have a training in degrees in hard sciences. That's one of the primary things. So you could be a patent examiner.
It's a lot like.
And then if you went to law school, you could take the patent bar.
Redo of the first map.
The patent bar is really fucking hard.
The first level.
And the patent bar is a separate bar on top of every other bar. The patent bar you would take after you pass a state bar. So you have to take 2 bar exams minimum.
Just wonder which direction it's coming from.
So
my location's been revealed. Awesome.
All right, so we
That's
got.
great.
Also, why is this all?
But he's got. I wonder if he's over in that tower.
There we go. All right, chat. We're gonna mix this up a bit. Remember, we're going for like a watery. We don't want like a complete watery consistency, but we want a pretty damn close. Like I want to be able to touch it and let it run. I want to be able to touch it and let it run, and it's not running. So we need a little more. Yeah. Yeah, no patent agent can take the patent bar without being an attorney. You just can't rep clients. Yeah, but if you wanted to like go be a patent attorney, you got to take the patent bar, which is a monster. But yes, you have with a hard science degree.
I'm wondering if he's.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
You've met some of the initial requirements.
One over there. Damn it.
Is that going to be enough? I feel like
Knows
another
where
drop.
I am. Not good. No. That's not good.
There we go. Look at that run, chat. Look at that run like that.
Good.
I think we're where we need to be.
Not good.
So that's good. We're going to spray a little bit thinner back in the air gun.
See me
just so it's kind of primed up. All right. Now we got the beater pipette. You know, that's a shitty part about it. So you got to make more than you need just because the air gun won't run on drips. So
maybe snipers worry about have been updated. Okay.
Oh, you guys are talking about Kurt. Jeez. So chat, what I did is I mixed up this paint with a little bit of this right here. This is acrylic thinner. This is a homemade acrylic thinner. I mix it with a little bit of water, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and then I use some stuff called Flow Improver. And they come in little bottles like this, and it's meant to not dry up inside the air guns because it can dry in these. And then there's also drying retardant, which allows it to, and it's like a leveling fluid. So it allows it to stay wet longer so it levels out and gives you a better application. So we're doing that because remember, we have to get this right here. You guys can see. And I'm going to mute MG Lux. I think he's talking over me right now. And we're going to just go to this for a minute. See how there's a little bit of blue right here inside of this? There's a little bit of blue in there. I got to make this all gray. So in the meantime, that's what we've got going. It's going to work. A nice strong color. So here we go. And we're gonna just go. We're just, and since we don't want to hurt the gray parts, we don't want to hit the blue parts. We are just gonna hit it up like this so we don't get it where we don't want it. And we got that side done. Now we have to hit the inside edge. And look at that, chat. We've kept it clean. I think we got both sides done adequately. Oh, nope, not yet. So we're going to hit this side again just to make sure it's good. There we go. There we go. Look at that, chat. Look at that. It's beautiful. We haven't heard it. It's all what we needed. Look at that. Beautiful look. Beautiful grade on the inside. So we're there. We got what we needed out of this. Now, we switch over to the other side. And this one's got a bit of an issue because this side's got some drips and drops all on the inside of it right there. We got to get those grayed up, which is going to probably require a little more work. So here we go. There we go. I think that got the one side I needed. There we go. There we go, guys. That looks good. Okay, now we got to get this last piece. All right, you got to get the last part of it. All right. So prepare to watch this all turn gray in their chat. Give me a second here. There we go. All right, chat. So we got the side done, and we've got the insides. I think we pretty much got them grayed up an acceptable amount. So I think we got what we needed to fix here. I think we're all set on this part. Let me check. Checking in the light. I think we're all set here. Good. This piece is good to go. All right. Now we need to fix the landing gear doors. All right. So when you look at these landing gear doors, you can see, I don't know if it'll zoom in more. You can see there's some spots that have blue on them, and I don't know how well it's going to pick up on camera, but you can see here and here, we got to fix that. So we're going to use the same blue, and I think we're all set there. Just kissing it just a little bit. No. We got to hit from the other side. Oh, there we go, Kurt. There you go, guys. Look at that chat. We kept it blue on the other side. We got it grayed. So I think we're all set there. Now we got to prepare for black basing the wings. So we're going to do that now. All right. Okay. Do you sand it with a paint for gluing surfaces? No, I just take the X-Acto knife. Ooh, shit. Oh, it's going to burn a hole in the thing eventually. No, I just take the X-Acto knife and just scratch away a little bit if I overglue. There are times though where I don't care. There are times where I don't care and I just glue anyway. That's a good question, Joe. So, all right. All right, so we need put this away. We got some black, also known as Negro. There we go. No, you guys are being ridiculous. Like, why don't you guys just like, can we talk about something else, something more fun, like how the Kursk pocket in Russia is about to collapse? You know, something else a little bit here. Like, it's getting a little redonkulastic. Yes, Ag, if you want to talk about penis, you can. If you want to talk about penis, you can, I guess. All right. So we got to run this out of gray. For now. How much more is in here? Okay, we're almost done. All right. Eric says, fuck Ukraine. Okay, well, there you go. That's one way of doing it. All right. We're going to take this. We're just going to give it a nice little squeegee out. I didn't know the Kursk pocket was about to collapse again against it being World War II. Well, so what happened in the Ukraine war is that over the summer, the Ukrainians made a surprise attack into the Kursk region of Russia. And Kursk is now an oblast, which is like a state in Russia. And the Ukrainians made an advance about, they controlled about 1,000 square kilometers of territory. And the biggest problem for them is the Kursk region of that oblast is kind of like swamps and not a lot of like people. So it's kind of an isolated area. So they moved in and they're stuck now. So that's kind of their situation. So yes, there's a bunch of yes, there's a bunch of thousands of bodies there still. Yes. But in the meantime, a bunch of Russians crawled through a natural gas pipeline and moved like 1,000 yards behind the Ukrainian lines and have kind of isolated the entire formation. There's like 10,000 troops up there about to be captured or killed. So, just like the Germans, sounds like they didn't Napoleon either. Nah, well, the Ukrainians have a problem. Their leadership is really bad, and that's why they're going to all get killed. So, there we go. Once again, chat, we need a lot more black than we're actually going to need, but that's because that's how this is set up. And we'll also probably fix up the fuselage, because when I did the fuselage, I had to I did some sanding work on this, so I'm just going to rebase those as I go. So we're just going to take this and mix it up. We're going to grab some of this and just go, does it run? Don't know. There's already too much black. What's oil washing? We're going to get to that in a second. Oil washing is how we're going to make stuff look like it's been used. Is it going to run? There we go. All right, that's going to be good enough. Okay. So we're going to take that. Where's the shitty pipette? Now, I don't care if there's a little bit of paint in that, because it's not the end of the world. So it's actually not going to be enough. I'm going to have to make some more. The only problem with model paint, you have to use a little more. So we'll do a little oil washing here in a second. 5. Add a couple drops of paint, and then we're going to have to use a shit. Now, the neat thing is, chat, when I make this homemade paint thinner, instead of it costing me like $9-10 a bottle, you know, a bottle's worth is like 50 cents. So all right, let's see how this runs. That's running a bit much, so we need to put more paint in it. There. All right, so we'll get to the oil washing in a second, because I need to concentrate as I'm doing this. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's running just enough, I think. I think that's running just enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty close. Fuck it. We'll make that work. I can work with this. All right. And while this black basing dries, we'll work on the oil wash. That'll be our next thing. Eric says, what do I make it out of? I make this thinner stuff out of isopropyl alcohol, 99%, a couple of drops of so this is 160 milliliters of alcohol, 80 milliliters of water, 10 milliliters of flow improver, and 10 milliliters of the thinner and drying retardant. So it's like 260 milliliters of stuff, and it's a 250 milliliter bottle. So it's just enough to make it all work. The other stuff is just small amounts. So, but no, like a couple jars of a couple bottles of 99% alcohol will last me forever at this rate. So, so what we're gonna do, we got to get these prepped. So I'm just gonna hit these with black, and it's not gonna ruin anything. So here we go. It doesn't matter that I get it on the other spots. It'll be okay. So there we go. That looks good. Remember, it's just got to be dark, and then I'll go over it later. This is okay. There we go. That was just a piece of dirt. Yeah, there we go. So that piece is done. Oh, we got a Lego raid. Let's see here. So, a Lego Mega Raid. Well, hey, how is everybody doing? Hope you guys had fun. Looks like you guys had Recovery Addict on tonight with David. Should have been a nice time. There we go, chat. I'm going to get this in. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we got this. We're just going to hit this up a little bit and call it good. So I don't want to get it. I don't want to get black paint in the interior, so I got to control my spray flow. Even flow. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's just enough to make it dark when I come back to it. All right. That should be good. And we'll get this little piece in the back over here. There we go. That should be. Oh, I forgot the bottom spine. There we go, chat. We got it all redarkened. So we're all set. So there we go. All right. Okay. How quick does paint dry these days? I did brushes way back in the past. I mean, and like, you give it another 2-3 minutes, this will probably be good enough for me to touch and handle. But to let it cure hard enough I could paint over it, probably another 15-20 minutes. This stuff dries pretty good. Stuff dries pretty good nowadays. So we're not going to move on to the oil. Well, what we're going to do is I got to clean out the air gun, and then we're going to move on to the oil washing. So. I mean, I could let stuff fully dry, but I'm betting it's cured enough. I haven't had problems. And that is the neat part, Joe. You can kind of throw paint on top of paint, and it generally won't hurt you. So, but yeah, hey, Lego. Hello, David, or David's Peoples. PragerU has Aviva doing commercials for them now. Well, that's funny. That's kind of interesting. Good for him. Get on the grift. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Okay. So we're pretty clean. I'm still going to run some thinner through this just to make sure there's no black paint down in the nozzle. There we go. And I can go over the blue and nothing happens to it except it gets brighter because that means it's just thinner coming out. So. All right. Aaron's just like my sleep. Yeah, well, guys, we're not getting a lot of sleep tonight. Remember, you're losing an hour. All right, Chan, hold on here. There we go. It's Sunday, though. Yeah, we're going to lose an hour, though. Remember, it's spring ahead. So, all right, air gun's clean. Now we can move on to the interesting stuff. This is going to be a little more of the this is going to be a little more fun for everybody to watch. So we're going to move on to what's called an oil wash. And the washing is where you take like black and brown paint and you can streak and make things look used and worn. And it's just because nothing in life is really clean. You know, think about industrial equipment, it gets grimy and dirty. Well, this is going to be no different because I don't want it to look brand new like it came out of the factory, the cockpit, for example. I don't want this to look all nice and clean. I want this to look kind of used and abused. So right now, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but right now I did a little bit of like painting and weathering and stuff, but I'm going to take this and we're going to grunge it up some. So we're going to do that right now. So what you do is you have to grab oil paint and mineral spirits. All right. Now, the problem is mineral spirits will eat through acrylic paint. So that's why I sprayed them with clear coat earlier today. They're good to go now. So this mineral spirit will not affect them. But what we do is we put some mineral spirits in a spot right here. Actually, we're going to do it over here because that looks like it made some floaties. All right. Okay. So we got some paint thinner going. All right. Now, what I do from here, this is where it gets fun. So we're going to take like, no, we don't need the green. But we got some burnt umber, which is brown. And we got some black. And we're going to take these and we're going to make a little bit of some oil wash. David, how you doing? David, MLS Law, how you doing? Making law simple. So, oh, by the way, David, I should tell you, let me tell you about what apparently was going on tonight on the one thing. Here we go. Yes, most washes give contrast to panel lines, but they also give a weathered look. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to see this one last time before I paint it up. So as you can see, it looks pretty normal. It looks pretty standard. There's not a whole lot been done to it yet. And this is the cockpit for the IL-2. So it's going to give a lot of contrast. It's going to give some definition to this. It's going to look grungy. It'll look good. It's going to look real. It's like the streets. It's going to be real, man. It's like going to be the streets. It's going to be very real. So we're going to do a little bit of we're going to do a little black here, okay? So what we do is we take a little bit of black paint. Remember, it's oil paint, so we don't need a ton. A little bit will go a very long way. There we go. And remember, this oil paint, this is actually really cheap-ass oil paint, so there's probably better ways to do this. And what I'm going to do now is Do my clients ask why my nails are blue? No, because I wash my hands. They don't ask that because I take care of myself. I don't do this in front of them. Every once in a while, I have forgotten when I've gone to court, but no, generally it's, this stuff comes off very easy. Acrylic paint, it's just like a paint your kids are using. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So we're just going to take this over into it, and we're going to get it going. This is going to be watery. This is going to be watery because it has to run. So we want this to flow. So we're just going to start mixing this up as we go, and we're like, it's going to be black no matter what we do. But we need it to be like sloppy running. Like it needs to be ridiculous. And here's the thing, if I make it too runny, I can always just do it again. Or I can just make new paint. But if it's too thick and I put it on, it's just going to be like painting over stuff. So we need it to be like, we need it to run. So Whiskey says, what happened to the tank? The tank's ready for the last steps. I just kind of switched things up for a minute because we kept doing it, and I wanted to, give people like a little bit of a change of pace. But the tank is ready to go. All the equipment has been washed. It gives contrast to the lines on it, gives it shadow. Everything's got a nice little shadow on it. Yes, Michelle, it needs to be dripping wet. Yes, Michelle. Sopping wet. Jeez. You guys. All right, hold on. I dropped my pipette inside the tub of thinner. Here, hold on. Hold on, chat. Can I recap the status of the Amaranth invasion? I still think it's fake. So I still think Amaranth's home invasion was fake as fuck. I don't think there's been an update yet, but yeah. Well, I'll be going over all the Karen Reed stuff. Yes. There's a bunch of it that went down. Some of it shouldn't have been a surprise, chat. The Mark Bedrow thing. But yes, we're going to go over some Karen Reed stuff this week. Like going over as it happens, like, yeah, but you're doing a piecemeal forever. So I can't do that. It'll drive me crazy. So what I'm gonna do is, I dropped a drop of black in there, but that's okay. It's just a drop. Just a drop. We're gonna see how watery we can make that. See here, see what this looks like. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Much of what I say here sounds like double entendre. Well, there we go, chat. Look how this runs right here. Look at that, just run like that. That's what we're looking for. Because eventually, as this dries, what you then do is you take the same brush and you get it full of mineral spirits, and you kind of rub it around in the areas. And because I'll explain this as we go. So actually, I'm going to need a smaller brush because this is small. A small area. All right, chat. We are going to move. We're going to zoom in a bit here. And I'm going to move the camera. Okay. Okay. All right. So we are going to take this and we're going to start putting some oil paint loose on this. And hopefully you guys can see it as we go here. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm working over in this spot right now. So you come around and just So you just, and it doesn't matter if it goes everywhere. It doesn't matter because you're going to clean it up later. It's not a big deal. It's all part of the plan. It's God's plan. Go. Yes, was anyone else surprised that Lieutenant Zhao and Lieutenant Tran were selling secrets to the Chinese government? Yeah, I know. No way. So we're just going to make a little couple of dots in the bottom of that. Just where stuff would sit. A little bit of panel lining right there. And a little boop, 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 beep, boop. All right. And we also got the back panel of this. You guys can't tell. It's hard to tell here. Hopefully you guys can see this in a second as I hit this. Watch how this is going to run probably right here. If you guys didn't notice, it kind of shot up everywhere. And that's what we're looking for with these panel lines. That's what the oil wash is going to do. It's going to kind of take off everywhere. It's kind of what I want. Just a couple of chinks. Well, no, they were in the Navy, so they were not in the armor. Or actually, no, they were in the Army. My bad. Yes, they were. So go right here. And I wish I had a higher def camera, but I don't know how to do that with this because apparently it's supposed to be in 1080p, but it's only apparently when I record, which is a little annoying, but there's nothing I could do about it. Anyways, we gotta shove some black paint in these spots. All right, and now we're gonna get some. We're gonna use a bigger brush now to get to where we really need to go. Hit this control panel. Then we got this, and we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go like that. Okay. So I don't know if you guys could see all that we did that, but it's now kind of like very grungy looking, but that means we come back later and wipe it down, and it gives us a little more definition of what we're looking and gives it a little more just character. And we'll get some down in here. We'll get some all over. There we go. So I don't know if this will show up any better, but you can see it looks a little more like it's not sterile anymore. It looks like it's been used up a little bit. So anyways, we come back and clean it. All right, so now we've got the rear section. This is for the gunner. It's where the gunner sits. It's also got a fuel tank on the back, but I'm not worried about that because that's just going to stay the color it is. But anyways, we've got like panels on the inside, and we got these lines in the boxes. So we got to do stuff with it. So we've got, here we go. You can see it kind of spreads along as we go. So then we're going to take some and just go around the corners because the corners need it too. And then anytime you've got little bits of like bolts and rivets, you just run it along. And sometimes you basically just kind of do that. Anyway, so when I do this now, I could take this and you can see inside it's got, now everything pops a little bit more. So it all kind of just, now it all kind of just jumps out at you. So instead, now it's got a little bit of character to it. I can clean it up in a little bit. So we'll leave that all be for now. So there we go. All right. All right. So this here is going, this goes in the back. It's part of the gunner position. So we're just going to, I don't know if you guys could see that from here. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. This will really show you what panel washing does. An oil wash does, because you go like that. You can see it like kind of just gets everywhere it needs to go. There we go, chat. Look at that. Now you can see that's a little different than what it was before. It's a little grungier, and we'll get to that. So, all right. What else? I need to get the inside of the cockpit. Okay. So we're going to take some of this, and we're just going to go in here because I've already taken care of it. But we've got, well, this is going to show up too well. We've got the insides of the cockpit here we have to get with this, so it's got definition. And it's hard to show you guys as I'm doing this here, but we're going to do this, and we're just going to come back later with a little bit of, with a wet brush, and we're just going to come back and take this all back. So, and I don't know if this is going to show up too well, but you can see in here, the goal is to get this stuff better defined right here. All this stuff right here to get a better definition on it. So it's all we're doing when we show up with the black paint is just to give it a little more of a look. So that's going to sit for a minute. Now, where are we at? We need to get this cleaned up, and then we're going to move back onto the wings and start probably assembling that because we're probably at the point we can do this. So where did I put? Hold on, chat. I've got. I used a pipette to get the mineral spirits out. Where did that go? That's not good. I think I just lost one. Oh well, I'll just use the other one for now. So this is just mineral spirits, the odorless kind. So you don't want to get too high doing this. There we go. So that's clean. I can use this brush later. Okay, so we're done with this for now. I could take this and just soak it up because there's no point in holding on to it. There we go. All right. Hold on, chat. Okay. I gotta sell homemade stuff. No, it's stuff that other people like. I'm not the only person to come up with this. It's actually a thing. Like you make your own paint thinner and stuff. Like that's like everybody does that to save money, because otherwise you lose your ass doing it. So. Making sure it's cleaned out because I'm going to use the acrylic paint, and you don't want to mix this shit because it ruins it. So you don't mix them up. You can avoid it. Okay. We'll come back to that in a minute because we'll probably need it. But in the meantime, we got to get ready for some blue painting. All right. So this is Vallejo Light Sea Blue. It's what we're running. Light Sea Blue from Vallejo. And that's what we're doing for this. I saw it and I'm like, this is like the brightest shit out there. I was looking for a nice blue. So we're going to do a couple of drippy, drip, droop, droop drops. We're going to need some. So here we go. Okay. There we go. And if it gets a little dark, that's okay, because it's not going to hurt me. Like, if it's not perfectly blue, like, I'm not panicked. Because it doesn't have to be. All right. Okay. Now, I got a problem with this. I don't want too much gray in the... So, I don't want gray dicking it up too much. So there we go. All right, hold on here, chat. All right. Let's see what we got here. There we go, chat. We got I think we just got just enough now. Oh, actually, hold on. We probably should make some more. It's probably not going to be enough. All right. I think that's probably going to be good enough. All right. Let's try this again. All right. I just want to take the time to acknowledge chat. We're on stolen lands. Yeah, well, they're stolen lands and I like them, so we're going to keep them. Okay? I don't care about that. I don't care about that. So, all right. Hold on, Debbie, you had a super chat here. Do you know what the Ferris Doctrine is, and why are people calling for it to be overturned? Okay. Real quick, Squizgar, we're gonna catch up to that. Squizgar says I have a 61 MG midget that was my dad's. Lucas Electronics. The joke is, why do British drink warm beer? Because they have Lucas refrigerators. Yes, if you guys didn't know, British cars are notorious for having shitty electrical systems. Phoenix has been a member for 5 months. Thank you for the support. Justin Smith says you must master the art of flow control. Yes. Whiskey 77 says, what happened to the tank? It's right here. Just got to finish it all the way up. But here, we'll take a look at the tank real quick. This is it, all washed up. It's all done. I've hit it up with the wash on all the sides. You guys could see it, like it took very well. You could see all the lines in it. Everything here kind of looks grungy and good. The IR panels on it are looking great. The wheels look good. It looks good on the back. I mean, this thing's got a great ass. Look at that backside. Coming over to the other side here, it's got the oil. This is what an oil wash does too, guys. It highlights panel lines, and then everything that's on it, it gets kind of like this grungy look, because that's what everything is in life. It's not clean. It's not a clean look. So I just got to put all the accessories on it, but it's ready to go. So we're almost done. And I'll probably do that on a stream. We'll probably glue all the stuff on and call it good. And I'll get it ready for being shipped out. Scott from Future Conflicts is actually going to be getting it. So I'm going to send it to him. You know, it's kind of like a retirement present for him because he's retiring from the military soon. And Debbie says, do you know what the Ferris Doctrine is? Yes. It's the idea that in the military, you are not allowed to sue for medical malpractice. You can't sue the federal government for injuries sustained while on duty. So in that case, you can't sue the government. There is a limit, like up until 2020. The Ferris Doctrine also applied to medical malpractice cases in the military. So there's an entire thing where if you're in the military, you do not have the right to sue. The Federal Tort Claims Act does not apply to servicemen. You know, if you get injured while on the job in the military, shit happens. So there have been a couple challenges. But it's tough. It is a really rough thing. So I mean, basically, if you get hurt on the job, that's it. So, and that's the thing. I mean, it covers all of it. If you die, it covers like wrongful death, med mal. But yeah, the Ferris Doctrine would be you'd be allowed to sue the military if something happens to yourself or to your family members, and you're suing as the estate. So, yeah, people should be allowed to seek recompense from the government. So, yeah. Yes, service members are property of the government, pretty much. So, Bono says, I loved your stream last night. It boggles why Russell Greer would rely on disbarring the opposing counsel as their penchant. Well, Russell Greer is an asshole, that's why. Okay, well, here, guys. We're actually gonna have a guest. Not normal for the stream, but we'll do that. Hold on here. Is that not gonna work? So, but yeah, Russell Greer is a special thing there. Winter Soldier says it's the ultimate litmus test. The left exhibits a tribalism against Clarence Thomas. Yes. Let's see here. Does it do squats for that ass? Yes, it did. So, yeah, like I said, guys, we'll finish that up. It's just getting all the things done. And I just wanted to move on because we were on like part 1,000,000 of that, so I didn't want to do it. So, anyways, we're gonna get these wings all painted up here. Here we go, and then we're gonna get those assembled, and we might actually have it assembled to the fuselage tonight. I don't know how far we're gonna get. We're gonna try. So. So you guys can see this covers up pretty good. This covers up pretty good. Yes, it's funny because Clarence Thomas was kind of like a black nationalist in college. Yes, he was. As a younger man, he did not like white folk. But Ginny Thomas fixed all that. She got Clarence Thomas all snowblind. Yes, Thomas Sowell was a communist as well. Yes. So you guys can see just a couple of spritz. And very quickly, this all goes away. So. All right, you ready? I see you there, man. I'm sorry, I was kind of in the middle of this. So guys, we do have a guest tonight. He's somebody that, well, you guys see him around a lot, and I've been over on their show a couple of times. Sunday nights, usually a little bit later, usually around 9 or so. And is it just you for right now, Whiskey? Looks like it. Let me know you're ready. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, there we go. You guys don't have to behave now. It's just he wanted to kind of test out some of his gear and see how things were going. So, guys, join us, Whiskey77. What's up, man?
Well, Beers was behind me. He said he had to change his shirt because he dribbled a little bit.
All right. Well, hey, man, you guys like getting your setups all going, becoming
my
perfect.
We have spent so much money the last week.
Oh, well, I was telling you guys like this thing I run. Well, now I have the camera that can follow me and shit. But what 2.0 got me, she got me a well, I got it myself when I first started doing this. Was just a $50 webcam and like a $50 microphone. So, but yeah, there's some looking good.
Well, yeah, it's got better. Beers
Yeah.
upgraded the fiber. I bought a new hotspot because I drive full time as a truck driver.
Yeah. So the hotspot's good, but yeah, I'm glad Beer's got the fiber because yeah, that can help. It's aside from us having good sound, the next most important thing is having decent internet because that'll drive up people crazy.
Oh God! Well, Matty B, he was hating us.
Oh,
You know how Matty B is.
There we go. Yeah, he's there right now. So
yeah,
he's hating on you. What's he hating on you for?
you know how Matty B is. He hates on everybody.
Yeah.
But hey, what happened to the tank? I did never get to see a finished part of the tank.
Oh, you didn't get to see it before I brought it up? Okay, hold on. Give me a second here. See, chat, and we do a little bit of blending with that just in case the colors were slightly off, and now it's all the same blue. Then we take that piece we just did right here. This should be all the same blue, but we're just going to double check it. Should be all the same blue, but we're just going to hit it all up. Well, that's why nothing was fucking happening. I'm out of paint. All right. So, you want to see the tank real quick? Here we go. All right. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's got all it's got the nice little bit of the oils kind of giving it a bit of a sheen. I'm going to spray it down with some clear coat, but yeah, we got it.
No,
you
I
know,
think they're
like
really, really good.
The panel's got some grunge on them. There's grunge in the like everything's got a little bit of definition on it.
No, I'm impressed, Sean. That's really excellent.
The first time I tried it was like, you know, like I've been seeing this shit, and it's like neat because when I was a kid, like how you did all this stuff was kind of like a dark art, as far as
oh yeah, for sure.
So
we're the same generation, so yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't have YouTube to help us create that shit.
No, I know. I wish I did. It's like, but also having an air gun. I was talking to my dad about this. I'm like, why couldn't I ever get one of these as a kid? He's like, those were like $400. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And
I
he's
can
like, your mom would
remember
have
back.
killed you
Oh
having an air
God.
compressor. And he's like, your mom would have killed you if an air compressor was running. And he's like, when
Oh
I
God.
built you your little, he's like, because they had some leftover shit from when their house got built. He's like, I used that and built you the thing down there. He's like, you realize like her smelling paint thinner all the time because back in the day you had enamel paint, so you'd use paint thinner. He said it drove her fucking crazy. They could cause I would just have like I pour a cup of paint thinner, and I would just keep using it until it like and then if it was gone, I'd pour more. So basically, like there was always like, especially in the summer, there'd be times where like there's just paint thinner smell in the house, and I never noticed it because I'm always sitting down there doing it. And apparently, it drove her fucking crazy because I would just leave paint thinner out.
I
So
remember, like, back in the 90s, because I'm not that
yeah,
old, but I am that old.
I
I had
hear
a
you, man.
roommate who did modeling, and he used a spare tire for his air compressor. He would literally step on that shit and press
Yeah.
on it to push it, air to his air gun.
Oh,
That was back 94, 95.
yeah. I've heard of that. I've heard the old timers doing that stuff. But yeah, there we go. That's all on.
Well, be careful with that old timer stuff. So Beers is supposed to he's supposed to reboot in his system to
Okay.
join us.
Is it like Nick having to reboot his system and take some more getting it all up re-updated?
Well, a little less DSL,
All right.
but pretty
Wait,
close.
so there we go, chat. We kind of got all that done. So there we go. Now, where are we at in the instructions? Oh, but anyways, actually, Whiskey, did you kind of want to introduce yourself if people don't know who you are?
Yeah, hey, I'm Whiskey 77. I'm a co-host of a show called Asshole React. You can see it in the background. I co-host with Three Beers every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We've been really working hard to get our stream straightened out. But,
Well, I
they
think you
don't
guys
tell
might
you
be
on
pretty
YouTube.
sure. What's
They
that?
don't tell you. They don't tell you on YouTube, like, you've got to have everything perfect. Or we won't stream
Oh
your
yeah,
stuff.
there's a whole. Yeah,
Oh my
there's a whole.
God. We literally spent $400 in the last week, at least $400 last week to get the stream
Yeah.
up to the point that YouTube would let us stream.
Why? What was? Well, what was the problem?
Oh, we were lagging so bad.
Oh, and
It
YouTube
didn't
stopped
matter
it.
what video we played.
Oh,
We tried everything. We tried downloading,
Hmm.
we tried uploading, we tried everything in between.
guys,
It,
put
it
the
lagged
downs
everything
and
in between.
downloading.
Oh my God. We paid StreamYard so much money,
Yeah.
but we think we finally got it figured out. We did a test
There we
stream a
go.
couple days ago.
Oh, there we go. Good.
We had a really good stream. Everything was uninterrupted. So we think pretty much this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we've got to handle.
There we go. 9 p.m. Eastern, chat. I should be around if you guys want to do a show.
We actually have a show coming up we need you for, which you've been a
Uh-oh.
great proponent of our channel. You've been on what, 2 or 3 times?
2 times now.
Yeah, 2 times now. You got a big one coming up. We're actually this Sunday
Getting
we're
me
going
worried. What's it
after Al
about?
Green.
What is
Oh
it that
God.
you need me for?
Well,
Is it
this
got to be a
Sunday we're
surprise?
going.
I'm okay with that.
Well, your live reaction is the best reaction.
Okay, well, I'll just leave it then. I'll just leave it there. All right, guys. So what I had to do here, these landing gear boxes got hit with the blue paint. So I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of the gray. Instead of firing up the air gun, I'm just watering down the paint on the brush because it's not going to be that noticeable. All right.
Hey, Bear's in the back room.
He is? All right, let me grab him. Hold on. All right, there we go, chat. So we got that done. Since I brush it, it's not going to dry as fast, so we got to kill some time. All right, ready, Beers? No, we're not ready. Okay, I was going to be like, well, it's like, if you scream, it'll only make it harder for you. All right, here you go. So the other half of assholes react. 3 beers. How you doing, man? Oh, you're muted.
You got no sound.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here.
Not a problem. And I got the wrong. Oop, there we go.
No, you had it right before. Now it's backwards.
Now it's backwards?
Yeah. Remember, everything when you look is going to look backwards.
There you
It
go.
fucks me
You
all the
got
time
it.
when I'm like, especially when I'm trying to point behind me and I point the wrong hand. I feel like an idiot. So
Yeah.
don't
Well,
worry.
it's like right on NVIDIA broadcast,
Yeah.
but it's showing backwards on StreamYard. And yeah, it's. Now, which
You
way is
know,
it
that's the
actually
funniest
showing?
part. That's the funniest part. Is like chat looks at it like, oh, this is simple. Just do it. And then
Yeah.
you're like, no,
Well,
it's not
it
that
depends.
simple.
Well, it depends what you're doing. It can be very simple, but
Yeah.
generally it's not. So, like,
No.
I do it very simple, but my quality's not that good. You guys have better backgrounds than I do. So,
Oh, don't
just
say that.
AI. Just AI.
are you guys using
Yeah.
StreamYard or using OBS?
StreamYard?
Jigard.
Okay.
Oh, we've had our battles. Oh, trust me, we've had our battles. You know, Maddie B, AG Biochemist, they know we've had our battles.
Oh, they've been following along.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, real quick, I'm gonna bring this up so people can see what I did. Guys, when you do this, see how the tips are all blue now? When you do it with the black, it gives enough of a kind of like a reflection and a shadow. So there, like it kind of comes through a little bit. It doesn't look as good right here. But once it dries and we do more, I'll take some pictures of it. But you'll notice that there's a difference here with how this paint comes out.
Now, do the flaps still bend on that model?
Not on this one, no. But there are some of them where you could sit there and you take like this and you can cut them and position them. But that's not on this one. Not on this one. I'm leaving them alone.
All right.
So, let me see here. I need to. And how is this?
So, what do you think about Amy Coney Barrett right now?
Well, I mean, the ultimate issue with her is, I mean, are you talking about with her rulings on the Supreme Court stuff?
I'm talking to her in general, since Trump is the reason she got brought on. And the
Well,
fact
I
that
mean,
she's
I
better.
don't know. I mean, because here's part of the issue. Amy Coney Barrett, and I don't know if you guys heard me when I talked about it the one night. This is something she's written about before, scholarly. The idea of like an interlocutory appeal where you're appealing something before it's been finalized. Like, she has written scholarly work. This is how, like, you guys want to know how fucking autistic you can be as an attorney. She has written articles about how wrong it is to appeal non-permanent orders before the court. Like, that's how autistic she is. Like, she detests the idea. It really fucking upsets her. Like, that is her thing. So this idea of all these restraining orders getting appealed, it's not a surprise she's not on board for fixing it. Now, is she on board for the idea of straightening it out once it finally comes to her door? We don't really know. We'd like to think so, but who knows? But either way, remember, there are 4 judges who do want to do it. So at the very least, we will have certiorari. Because remember, to get heard before the Supreme Court for like an actual case, you only need 4. So that's the good news.
But I tell you what, though, that dirty look she gave Trump at the joint session.
I don't know. She like was it a like? Here's the thing though with that, it's hard to tell. Was that a dirty look? Is she just being a fucking spaz? I mean, the Supreme Court like they really pride themselves on just like being out of the way. So she probably who
Yeah.
knows what she was even thinking? Because I'm sure
I
if
don't know,
that was meant
Scott.
to be a
I
dirty
think
look, Roberts would have been up her ass so fast about that. So we don't really know.
But
Well,
And
does the
remember,
current
she's a
Supreme
woman,
Court
so
really
she's
matter?
what's that?
Does the current Supreme Court really matter? Because look
I
at
think so.
the current Supreme Court has ruled. Roberts
Yeah.
just on that case with a federal judge who wanted
Yeah.
to block, who tried to force Trump to pay the
Yeah.
$2 billion.
Yes. Yes, they did. And they also said, though, in that same case, hey, bro, you need to fix this. So while they did say, hey, we're not getting involved, they did warn him, fix this so we don't have to unfuck it. So there's, Roberts is trying to do it kind of where he's not the guy forcing things to happen. That way he's seen as the
But
hip, cool dude at the cocktail parties.
but then there's my problem. The Supreme Court
Yeah.
shouldn't have said, "Hey, help us unfuck this." It should have said, "Hey, Article 2, done."
Yeah, it should have, but I understand why he didn't want to do that. I understand it. It's just
But
like Chris
why?
Rock said. Not that I condone it, but I understand.
yeah.
I think it's a bullshit
I
thing.
see. I don't.
I understand it. I don't like it. I mean, as far as understanding it, it's the issue of Robert sees the Supreme Court as the institution. And as the Chief Justice, he feels he's got a duty to worry about that. He's also got an issue of he's John Roberts. He's always been in the better circles of high society and all that, in a better society. He's gone to the right schools. He's, worked at the right firms, did all the right things. So he's part of the DC establishment. He's part of,
Yeah.
What's hip and cool. And he likes being that. And if he starts basically saying, Donald Trump's right, he won't do that anymore. Just like if he had repealed Obamacare, he would have been out of
I
that
agree.
circle. So there's a lot of idea that John Roberts is worried about. Like he's got one eye on the history books, which is just, do your fucking job. Your job is to do things, not worry about history.
That's where I have a
But I
problem
mean,
with the
remember,
Supreme
like
Court.
he has to deal with the fact that his boss, the guy who appointed him, remember, everybody thought he was fucking Hitler the first time through. So
Oh my God, you wouldn't believe the number of people that I grew up with, who I fight with
Yeah.
daily on Facebook. We're like, "Oh my
Everybody's
God,
Hitler.
Elon is a devil." And I'm like, "But is he?"
Everybody's
And I
been
hate
Hitler.
saying that. Like, I really, really, really hate saying, "But is he?" Because that is a Rikita line. Everything Nick Rikita ever said was, "But is he? But is it?" But I find myself making the same argument where, really? But is it?
Well,
Because
no, the
it
better
isn't.
argument is if you think he's the devil, you better fucking go do something about it.
Oh,
Like, if
God.
you really thought he was the devil, you're sitting here. Just like people who say Trump's Hitler.
They-
It's like, you're literally fucking sitting here on Twitter. Like, if you really thought he's Hitler, like,
Yeah.
why
Oh, I've got a
up,
gal I've
homie.
been friends with. I've got a gal I've been friends with since third
So,
grade, who's going to every protest there is and broadcasting on, Facebook and Twitter. I'm going to this protest. This protest in this day, this place. I'm like,
yeah.
but what are you accomplishing? Well, we're making our voices heard. Well, that's great, but the majority of America voted, and we said, hey, this guy's idea is the way we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but it's wrong. But you're in the minority. Well, yeah, but
Well,
Republicans didn't voice their concern. No, we did. That's why we voted the way we did.
Yeah. No,
It
I
seems to
agree.
be never.
This is why I'm
It's
glad I
never
got
any
banned.
battle.
This is why I got banned from Facebook, so I don't have to worry about shit like this. My Facebook got nuked many moons ago now. So, and I had like an awesome Facebook account. Like I had one where it's like now I would have already been on Facebook 21 years come August. Well, no, I got on Facebook back in the day, man. It was
Oh God, I've been nuked off Facebook so many times.
I know, but I
Actually,
had my original.
I've been at least 90 days since I've been nuked off Facebook, and I'm amazed
Yeah.
at that. Like 90 days straight on Facebook for me it's a milestone.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been nuked off Facebook, but I just watched all my old buddies from military just, oh, I just got out of Facebook jail.
I've been on Facebook
Just
jail multiple
constantly.
times.
Oh, you know what, Beers? It's just because you haven't tried hard enough.
Oh, I could do it. I know I could do it.
All right. See you, Maddie,
it's
taking
just
off.
disgusting.
Somebody in chat was wondering what I was doing here. The glue nozzle dries up fast, so the only way to clear it is to burn off the glue. So that's what I was doing there. Somebody asked me that before, and I forgot to tell them. So
Maddie's going to bed. Isn't that sweet?
see
We
you,
like
Maddie.
to pick
Have a
on
nice
Maddie in
night.
our chat because Maddie can take it.
Oh, Maddie can dish it out too.
He can.
All right. So we're gonna try this.
So what's the next model, Sean?
The next one is going to be known as the MiG-37.
Okay.
It's a fictional airplane. It was something that in the late stages of the Cold War, people thought existed in the Russian military.
Nope,
It was
never
kind of one
did.
of those deals where it's like
Is that
what
like
they
the
thought.
Firefox type of aircraft?
Kind of. It's kind of like what people thought existed.
Yeah.
So
Isn't
that's
that
the neat
plane
part.
isn't that the plane that existed in the Clint Eastwood movie?
Well, kind of. It kind of looks like it a little bit. It kind of looks like it a little bit. But yes, that's the next thing up in the pile of shame. Well, that's what it's called when you do models. It's called the pile of shame because it's stuff you never get to because it's a pile that never goes away. So, all right. So we've got the wing going.
The next level is 3D printing your own models.
Well, there's that too now. Yes, there's some good 3D prints. Although I do need to say, we are going to start doing with my friend Wiggle, who does a Crapcast. We are going to move on to something new coming up here, and it's because I never really did officially tabletop gaming, but this caught my eye because it's a little cheaper than dealing with fucking 40K. It's called Bolt Action. So basically, you paint all your miniatures, you paint all your shit, and it's World War II based.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I even
wow.
got I even bought because I'm doing the German side, so I even bought the half track, bought the handle mag.
That seems like an incredible amount of detail.
Yeah, and they're it's just like 40K. You build your little guys and shit, and you paint them up and stuff. Yeah. So,
well, you
we're
can
gonna
use the
put the
base rules off 40K and make any tabletop game imaginable, really.
Yeah, well, it's not for like they have separate rules because it's obviously a little
Yeah,
different.
I mean
setup,
copyright and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're actually their rules are a lot easier. They're not they're almost the
yeah.
same rules from the start.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna get this other wing on, and we're gonna get started here on this shit. Okay.
So, Sean, what happened to the White Claw, trailer trash White Claws?
What happened to the White Claws? I don't know. I mean, like, I just I need to start doing them again, but it's a lot of sugar in those things. I don't need to be
Oh my
drinking a ton of alcohol
The
anyway.
amount of sugar in that.
Yeah, and it's also just like I guess when you look at things, it's like, I didn't did I need him to do the stream and do my thing? It's kind of
No,
something I was
I hear
thinking
you.
about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind
Plus
of the
the whole
reasons. I mean, start doing them again at some point.
plus the whole Ricada thing kind of changed that genre.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I kind of started having that epiphany beforehand, but yeah,
Yeah, that's one
It
thing
didn't
that
hurt. It
we
didn't
got
hurt.
with the Johnny. Hey, have you paid attention to Johnny Smiley stuff at all?
Yes, because I've been watching Mindset's coverage of it. Yes, it's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
I
He is
saw you
so
on Mindset
screwed.
the other day. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was in his chat. Yeah, but Johnny's got a lot of fucking problems. Anyway, so there we go.
Oh,
Chat. Here's the wing setup, and
well,
now
you
we're
got to
gonna hit
figure
this.
Johnny Smiley showed up to court with 3 charges, found
Yeah.
out about a 4th, and
Mm-hmm.
then his drunk stream the night before exhibited his 5th charge.
Oh, what did he get charged for the 5th one?
Well, the 5th one hasn't been officially charged, but because Korea is different.
Yeah.
Korea, the police decide what they're going to charge you with, and they send it to the
Yeah.
prosecutor.
So, well, what crime did he commit? I guess is what I want to know.
Deep
What crime?
fake
What crime was
porn.
it?
Deep
He showed
fake
porn. Oh,
Yes,
jeez.
which
Yeah.
in
Well, some
South
countries deep
Korea
fakes
is
are illegal.
bad.
Got to be
Oh, in
careful.
South Korea, it's a felony.
Ooh.
Which
right.
Mindset had pointed out in his earlier streams. They will hit you with 1, 2, and 3 to get you convicted, and then
Mm-hmm.
hit you with 4th where they hit you with a felony.
Oh.
Yeah, because
It looked like Korea is probably true to form.
well, and they're like stacking like your first one, the punishment's low. Second one is a little bit higher. Third one a little bit higher. Fourth one they pretty much slam you
Okay.
because you
Alright.
have that history of criminality behind you.
Well, after you've been
There we
convicted
go,
by the
chat.
initial charge, they can charge you
Yeah.
the felon.
Yeah. No, so they can enhance it. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, road, Johnny. That's not good.
No.
I can't believe
That
he
sounds
gets
bad.
away
sure.
with this stuff that he does. I mean,
I'll lay my bets down as far as actual reacts go.
Yeah.
I'm betting Johnny gets 2 years prior.
I think they'll sentence him to that, but I think ultimately, the Koreans will figure out a way to cut him loose after a bit. Because
You know
I don't know.
what? I disagree.
I
I
hope they
think they're going to
don't.
hit him
but,
with
I
2
mean,
years. I hope they do.
yeah, he'll be an example to people in the future. Don't fuck around.
well, and any fines
Don't
he
fuck
has to
around.
pay before he can leave, is my understanding
Yeah.
too.
So anyways,
and
real
that's why
quick
he would have
chat.
to work
So
the cabbage fields.
you guys are wondering, this is what it looks like when you grunge them up a little bit. So we're gonna take a little bit of this paint here, a little bit of thinner on it, and we're just gonna kind of go over everything just a bit. Instead, we kind of clean it up just enough. So some of you guys are wondering what the oil wash actually does. This is all it does. Just makes it gives it a little definition, makes it a little nicer in that regard.
No, I think Johnny Smiley ends up getting at least minimal 2 years.
No, I mean, he'll be an example to others.
Yeah.
Well, the
Anyways,
sad
there you
part
go.
is guys think they can go over to these other countries.
Yeah.
And
There you go, chat. That's what that's going to look like. See, it's a little cleaner now. Just got a little definition on it, but yeah, no, I think I'm going to put you guys back on. So quit masturbating.
Okay.
I forgot I minimized you. Sorry.
God damn it, you ruined my whole shame. No, but I think these guys go over there thinking they can do whatever they want because they're protected by U.S. law. but they're not.
Well, no, I just think they don't. They just don't think that these countries will imprison you because nobody really wants to go to prison. I mean that's more what they're banking on is just nobody will actually do it.
Well,
Like no, it's
uh,
nobody's actually ever going to make them pay.
well, if you watch
Bless you.
Legal Mindset and Tozy,
Yeah.
Johnny Smiley had no idea about the fourth charge.
I understand. Yeah, he's finding out right now. They don't fucking care. They want his
Yeah.
ass gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't fucking want him. Yeah, Johnny Somali's fucked up. His
Oh,
Somali
God.
IQ has not helped him out here.
You know, if retard had a Webster Dictionary picture, it would be Johnny Smiley.
Maybe he's gonna say, like, do you know who my sister is? Ilhan Omar. I don't know if he's gonna try that,
Oh
but
God, no! You know what? That's messed up because you know what the recent data came out on that.
what's that?
You know what the recent data was on that, right?
That he was her brother.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what amazes me is that came out and Congress will do nothing.
Well, I mean, what are they gonna do?
Kick her out.
Well, you think they're gonna do that? I mean,
It's a
you know,
violation of U.S. law.
well, I mean, like, let me know when you think Speaker Johnson finds his dick.
Okay, hold on. Let me correct myself. It's a violation of U.S. law except for Tennessee.
Not true. Not true. Maryland is a
Listen,
Maryland first cousins can marry.
hold on.
Yeah, there's
I
quite a
was
few
married.
states actually first
Listen.
cousins can.
I was originally married in the state of Tennessee. And at the top of my
Mhm.
marriage license, it said, it is legal to marry your second cousin. Now, it didn't say brother, but it did say second cousin.
Well, see, in Maryland, you can marry your first cousin. It was actually legal for quite a while.
No way.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh yeah, quite a few states actually.
It would surprise me, but even Tennessee has said, it literally said at the top of my marriage certificate, it is legal to marry your second cousin. And I went, oh, not good. Because I knew a few people in Tennessee when I lived there that, oh, not good. Hell, Beard married his first cousin.
Yeah, right.
All right.
I mean,
Real quick.
she was Asian, but still.
So, chat, if you guys could see in there, I'm setting this up. Like, if you could see in there, it's a little grungy now. And if you come on this side, you guys could see that it's like a little darker in there. That's what the oil wash does. It's a panel wash, but you're also just kind of washing everything down in oil. And you see, like, this back thing used to be like a lighter blue. Now it's a little dirtier. And that just gives you a lot of, what it, a little more realism as far as what things look like. And then this, you can see now it's all dry and it's all kind of cruddy. So I'm going to just start wiping it down and we'll see what we get out of it. So
God bless you for the patience to do this, because I couldn't. I tried.
I had to learn.
Many of models I tried. And you know
I had
how
to
far they
learn.
got? About halfway.
As a kid, I'm telling you, man, I had painting was the hardest part for me. And I ended up with like an army of models where the painting was kind of a mess because I just couldn't do it well. And you end up with like the fingerprints with glue, like the glue fingerprints all over them. So yeah, trust me, it's not the, put a little too much glue on them or the old glue where it used to like, you had the glue that would like melt the plastic together and you have too much glue and it'd get all wobbly and shit. Yeah. So
the first thing the VA wants to give you is models. It's like,
really?
Do this model, you'll feel better. You're like, okay.
I'd be like,
and you get the model. And then you're like, this fucking thing sucks. Beers, did they ever give you the models? Give you the models?
I never went to the VA.
Well. He's gay. That's why.
Is that where they did your trans surgery?
Yeah.
Whiskey?
Why are you hating on me? I'm buying you all the goddamn memberships. You're hating on
Well,
me.
it's
What the
not
fuck?
clear, man. I don't know if it was beers doing it.
Man, that's fucked up.
Well, no, I mean,
Why you gotta do with that, Sean? What the fuck?
Not like you don't deserve it.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
You did make the meme after all.
yes, yes, I did. So,
That's cold. Hey, AG, you better shut the fuck up. No,
all
but
right,
I
guys.
tell
So,
you what, the amount of work we have done in the last week. You got fiber what a week? 4 days ago.
all
Yeah,
right.
it was Monday.
Oh my God, Sean. We have fought so hard through our first. What we're on. Sunday will be episode 19, correct?
Yeah.
Congrats.
But we
Well, there
have
you go.
fought. We have fought through the technical issues.
Chad, I don't know if you guys could see in there. That's what this does. You kind of get the oil thinner in there, and it kind of just washes everything down. And see, now it looks a little more like, okay, it looks like it's actually been used. And the
It
floor
looks
is
like
a little dirty and shit. And
yeah.
I'll take some pictures, put them on locals, but that's what we're doing with that stuff. So,
No. It looks like an oily engine. It
yeah,
looks like what it would be.
it's an oily, shitty airplane.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
the premium of Soviet engineering.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm sure those burned a lot of oil.
they crash a lot too.
Yes, they do. They did.
No, but we have fought to the technical issues like you wouldn't believe.
I heard you guys talking. I heard you talking about that. That's. I'm glad you got through them, but now you know how to deal with it. I guess is probably the
Oh, my
positive.
God.
Yeah, a big pipe.
Oh,
You know, it's
God.
like you didn't need them though, but now you've been through that trial and tribulation. I guess.
Well, everybody's like, "Oh, start a channel. It'll be great. Just stream." And you're like, "Okay, cool." And you do it,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, it's like Die
The
Hard. Yeah,
nightmare.
come out to the coast, have some laughs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really fucking different, man. It's a whole different game when you actually got to fucking like.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
gotta fill the airwaves, you're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Well, trust me, there's some days where I'm like, it's Wednesday afternoon and I don't have enough shit for the Thursday show, and I start panicking and stuff. Like, let me tell you guys, let me fucking tell you, it
Oh yeah.
makes an asshole pucker.
But
And
you know the
just being
funny,
able to talk and talk and talk.
we had some really great friends who said, "You two need to start a YouTube channel." We're like, "No, we're not gonna do it."
Yeah.
And they literally hammered us for months. Like, "No, you two needed to do a YouTube channel." No.
Yeah.
And then we did it. And we're like, nobody likes it. We suck. Like, but your streaming quality sucks.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we fought.
it started getting bad when we started adding more platforms, but yeah, this last one was. I was just like, no, we can't go any further with residential internet and the low up. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
road, yeah.
get fiber and get the big package, and
What? You got fiber internet, which
Yep.
oh my god, the numbers on your fiber internet are
and it's
insane.
not even up to top yet. I still got to get that $300 modem.
Yeah. And I bought a brand new hotspot, to which is oh my god, this hotspot.
You're gonna be the
I'm a
most
full-time
popular guy, and the lot lizards are gonna be coming to find you and like, can I borrow your Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a full-time truck driver.
Yeah.
Which truck driver I use loosely because what I do for a living is pretty laid back. But you know, between Bears and I, we're pretty laid back.
Yeah.
But we've got some. Yeah, this week we're going to be covering Al Green. We
Al Green.
shall be free.
Yes.
Oh my God. The worst freaking moment for Democrats to decide to be relevant.
It was so powerful what he did. It's like, yes, it's so powerful to stand up and taunt the president when you aren't going to get drug out back and shot like fucking Saddam would have done.
Well, we can only hope.
Yeah, well, you're not a truck driver, you're a wheel holder.
Hey, listen, it may be an automatic, but goddamn it, I'm still a truck driver. It could be worse. No, like
Well,
that
you drive
whole
a
agree
Volvo?
moment was just horrible. I
Well,
don't understand what the Democrats thought they were going to gain to that.
it doesn't matter. They're standing up to Drumpf. They're standing up to him.
But they aren't. Because even like we have a lot of people who I've grown up with through childhood who are, upset with Elon, upset with Trump, etc. But the majority of which are like,
What did that
but
do?
he's cutting out the spending by the government that is, that doesn't make sense. But it was transgenic shrimp, not transgender shrimp.
Oh, mice. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know
No,
what?
no.
Yeah. Yeah, as though that makes me feel any better about what the fuck they were doing.
But why is the government involved? Is my question at all? I mean,
Okay.
the
Even if
excuse
you-
for the high
There are some times where the
pharmaceutical
government should
prices
be
is
engaged in science. I don't think there's
Yeah.
times they shouldn't be.
But
Like
it's-
we have
Okay,
people like
even if you-
Ag who are trying to recreate chattel slavery in America. They do have some use out there.
well, let's not talk about ag biochemists.
Well, hey, you know what? He's making sure we can have slavery again. He's making
But
sure there's a reason for us to want to have people pick cotton.
Well, ag biochemist is a big proponent of picking cotton.
Yeah. And he knows all
But the
about
big
rape
thing with me,
seed oil.
well, Sean, why you gotta do me like that?
Why? He knows about rape seed oil.
Canola oil. It's actually called the rape plant.
Yes. That's why they call it canola oil, because that sounds better than selling rape.
God damn it. Ag is a friend of mine. Why you gotta do me like that?
He's great. You can talk to him. He's even talking. He's like, I always need people picking. I need more cotton pickers.
Well, I know. He's part of Taka.
Yeah.
I think someone said he started Taka.
Yeah, he may have. I don't know who started Taka. I'm just saying. Taka.
Valhalla waits as Diddy made a lot of money selling it. Oh, you guys are laughing on your Taka thing. Okay, have fun with your Taka stuff.
Hey, you know what? Taka is real. It happens.
Yes, I guess it's fetch. Unlike fetch actually, this is a fetch that actually happened.
It could be a sandwich Shturmovik, which I happen to have a meme that has a Shturmovik.
I'm good right now. I appreciate that, but I'm good.
Oh no, don't lie. I know you've seen it.
Which one?
The semi truck called a sub.
Wait, hold on. Which one?
The semi truck hauling a sub sandwich.
Oh yes, I did see that one. I thought you
Yeah.
said there was like a new one. I'm like, I haven't seen the new one. I don't know if I want to see the new
No,
one.
I made that. That's actually my truck.
Oh, it is? Oh, very nice.
I'm not a truck driver. I'm a boat hauler. It's kind of funny. I've literally driven since God, actually, before I was ever actually legally able to drive a truck.
Hmm.
It's kind of funny. There's a story that goes back to
So,
my
do you like
grandfather.
using electronic logs?
Oh yeah, oh, no, everybody uses electronic
No,
log
do you
nowadays.
like using them?
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because before electronic logs, we used to run a single log or a double log. I never
Yeah.
ran a double log. Never happened. But it was a lot safer back then.
Yeah.
There weren't near as many accidents as there are now.
Well, it's because there's a lot of foreign drivers out there, mainly. The way it's
I
been explained
agree.
to me.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Well,
Yeah, no.
I
Probably about 10 years ago, we
Mm-hmm.
transferred over to electronic log, where the government decided that 10 hours off was when you could drive.
Mm-hmm.
No. There's a lot of times that, which I'm thankful, I'm very thankful that I was a company now as an owner operator, where I decide when I deliver, I decide when I run.
Hmm.
But 10 years ago, the government decided when we could drive, when we couldn't. It is a lot more dangerous. Still to today, there's a driver you know personally. He has to drive when the government says he can drive. A lot more dangerous.
There's you saying somebody I know?
Yes,
Oh. Well, are you talking about yourself or someone else?
someone else.
Oh, okay.
I drive when I want to drive. But the
Oh.
company I'm with, if I say, hey, I'm not driving, I don't drive. T-Rex, he drives when they tell him to drive.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that's the way the government has mandated the rules now.
Yeah. Well, I will say. Hold on here. I mean, because I remember for the longest time growing up, yeah, everybody had 2 sets of books.
Oh, yeah.
And I always remember when I worked at FedEx, I worked out in the yard, and I'd always, especially if it's guys who I'd never dealt with their routes before, I'd always ask them, like, how long does it take them to get where they're going? And you always got the great answers, like, well, what's my logbook say, or like what it really actually was.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the best.
Oh, God. There were years that I ran from California to Maine in 4 days. Oh, God. It happened. No, legally? No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, back in the day, companies that owned a freight lane, they'll say, hey, I-70, which you know, from Ohio, from border to border, a particular person owned that freight lane. So they got paid for every mile you drove through that Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in modern day, that doesn't, it doesn't matter. Back in the day, the 80s and 90s, oh God, you had to pay that person. They own the highway. Highway
about that.
trucking is the thing that has been overlooked by the government for years. Probably one of the most unregulated highways there is.
Oh, really? Well, I guess I'm trying to. This is kicking my ass. Give me a second here. Fuck. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to put in this little thing here for the control arm, and I'm losing the war. All right. Yes, chat. Before anyone asks, yes, 2.0 is watching. Actually, I think she's probably about to wrap up. She's watching Schitt's Creek right now. Somebody asked that earlier. If that's what they could hear in the background. EDW, what did you just say? Oh, super chat. Okay. I'd say he's saying installing and maintaining the E-log sucks. Company makes shitty products, just sell devices, so people have to buy them. Well, yeah, that's how you do this. You get in on the compliance. That's where the money's at, is compliance with these things.
Oh, 100%.
And there's a great example of that. Like Toledo passed a law, and this is before I left town in like 2017. And it was like, if you're selling places, you're selling a home, or even renting them, you had to do like a lead paint like certification. And there were all kinds of people who got certified to be lead paint inspectors. And like I sat through it just to see like I could be there in case I had to challenge it in court. And it's just you show up like, how do you get it? Yeah, you just say, oh yeah, that's lead paint. Like that's the entire class. That was the entire certification process. Yup, that's lead paint. You have to clean it. So it's not. Yeah, there's so much money in compliance. And there's so much
Yeah.
money in being the guy who sells the thing for the compliance.
Just like there's a lot of money in tax preparation.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Supposedly, there's a lot of money in the time changes, which is why they don't never go through.
There's a lot of
stop
money
'em.
in that. What? Because people don't show up for church, or
No, that they, state or Congress votes to abolish daylight savings time and never go goes up for the vote or never fully passes for some reason. Supposedly, there's a lot of people that make money because of the daylight savings time changes.
never heard of that. Never knew that. Like when you say they, are you saying like parenthesis they, or
Yeah,
just
pretty
they?
much. It's one of those conspiracy theories.
Benjamin Lewis says, "I live in JB Hunt country." See, when I worked at FedEx, though, God, we had all kinds of drivers come through, and they all were fucking dickheads. I almost got run over by a Swift guy once.
Oh, there's a lot of acronyms to JB Hunter.
Yeah.
Swift. Still what I fucking tried. Swing wide is a fucking trailer.
What's a trailer?
Swing wide, it's a fucking trailer.
Yeah. Well, you'll get a kick out of this whiskey. It's like the one time. Oh, hold on. Why won't this go in the fucking hole?
It's your home. Don't you want to go to your home?
Yes, I want it to go home. It's not good enough for its home. It's too good for it. All right, yeah, hold on. Okay, so I was working, and I worked in the yard. So like when people would come in hauling, they would haul the double trailers or triples or whatever. They would drop them, and sometimes we'd have to drive around and check what trucks brought in what. And I'm driving around the yard, and they gave me a list of shit to look for, and I'm looking and looking and looking, and I stop because I'm checking a trailer, and I look down, and there's a fucking bicycle hanging out from the bottom of the fucking trailer on the back
Oh
of
my
it.
god.
So it's one of the, what I talk about with the drop frame trailers,
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey.
Yeah. I know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
So
Yeah.
like the bumpers, like pretty the Mansfield bar and all that. The air comes through it. It's like it's barely off the ground. So this bike is sitting there all fucking chewed up, and I'm like, I call it in, but like before I do it, I'm like, I get out of the truck and I hop down, and I'm like, I hop out of my like the yard dog thing with the fifth wheel that goes up and down, and I'm like walking up to it, and I have a flashlight, and I'm like, I don't see any blood. I don't see any blood. I don't see any blood. And I take about 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to look at. There's gonna be I'm like, there's a fucking dead body. I fucking know it. And it's a Friday night, so I'm like, fuck. I'm not going home early. There's gonna be a dead body. I'm gonna get interviewed by the police. I'm gonna have to fill out company paperwork. And I'm like, this is gonna fucking suck. Because I was only supposed to be like, I already maxed out my hours, so I was like, I'm going home. But I look, and I'm like, all right, I prep myself, and I, look under the trailer. And, but by the way, Chad, I was a lot skinnier. This is probably 2014, right around the time I had just taken the bar and I was waiting for results. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing there. And I'm really confused. And there's like no blood. And I'm like, huh. So I find the other trailer the guy had. And I'm like, fuck, the body's going to be under here. Nope. Nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I finally find the trailer, the truck. And by this point, I already told him, like, okay, I think the guy fucking killed somebody, and I don't know if he realizes he did it. So we all go out there, and we find the truck, and the truck is spotless. Like, it's freshly washed.
Oh jeez.
Like, he had washed it off. He'd washed it in the yard. He ran over, and there was, a spot where you could spray down, and I'm like, uh-oh, it's dripping water. I'm like, oh, shit. And, like, we start panicking. We can't find the guy because he's wandering around in the line haul office. And he comes out. He's like, oh, yeah, I just hit a fucking bike for fun. I just saw it sitting there on the side of the road in Detroit, like on the highway.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's like, I took it the whole way here? Wow. So I got to see one where a guy in a crotch rocket hit the back of a trailer, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, he went through the door with his helmet. And they'd already pried him out of it, but they brought it to our place, and they showed me a picture. The guy driving, the guy who hauled it in showed me a picture of when they found him. He was basically standing up, and his feet were dangling on the ground, and he had gone through the wood door with the face of his helmet, and it was stuck there. And I was like, you could see the fucking helmet shape in the door. I was like, fuck that.
Well,
Yeah, I saw a motorcycle crotch rocket rear end like a Dodge Dakota that had a camper shell on it, and the gal riding ended up in the back of the camper shell, and she did not survive. It was not a good thing.
Shit, it was what, two weeks ago? I posted a video in our private chat that a truck laid over the side.
Yeah.
No other vehicles involved. She laid it over to the side, driver's side, at that. Just laid it over the snowy road. Don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, Meme Copium, how you doing? Yeah, the worst thing though, like, I mean, the only thing I thought somebody died and they surprisingly didn't die is I don't know if you guys seen it before. You know those dollies that like hook up the like for FedEx? They have those like little things that hook up the trailers. Like if you're
Yeah,
hauling a
dolly.
double.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
Dolly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you call them dollies. That's what we call them. So I was
Yeah,
like, you know
it's
how
hooked
much those things weigh? You know how much those fuckers weigh?
About 1,500
I-
pounds.
No, because we had a scale and I learned how to, I got really good at the scale. I also got really good at how to fucking manipulate the scale with a trailer. I got really good at moving that axle and be like, well, here's what it says on our scale. And I they're like, well, come back with a different, go weigh it again and see if you can get the number to change. I'm like, okay. You fuck around with it and, it's only got to go to Detroit from Toledo. So they're like, the DOT guys won't find it. You're good.
Yeah, fair.
But those dollies are 3,200 pounds.
Wow.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. I've weighed
No,
them
they're not.
before. They're fucking heavy, man. And
Okay,
I watched the
So, do you know a
somebody-
fact about mean copium?
what's that?
Do you know a fact about mean copium?
Do I know a fact about him? Yes, I know some facts. I know that he's gay. I know he's in Japan. He's a weeb.
Yeah.
Because he's a white guy
No,
living
he-
in Japan. I mean, he's the king of weebs.
Do you know he sniffs Max Meyer's whitey tighties?
He wears whitey tighties?
He sniffs Max Murrah's whitey tighties.
Oh, I bet he does.
100%. I have
He
that.
does that. He
confirmed
does that
by-
after a successful dino hunt.
God. Dude, he started me on those fucking dino streams.
Yeah.
Those dino
Arnar.
streams are
Yes.
worse.
Arnar. The content nuke. With the content nukes being live on Meme Copium.
They're bad. Don't do it.
Uh,
Don't do it.
At least
Don't
it's
do
been a
it.
while since he's went to bed and left his stream running. So
Yeah.
Oh my God. Don't read that up.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Anyways, chat, there we go. We had to put on the control arm. No. The thing is with this stuff, because it's all, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's all glistening. The oils have to evaporate and dry. Because if I try to glue it right now, the glue will not take. So we're going to have to wait. I also need to make straps for the fucking seat. So we're going to have to hold off on the cockpit assembly. So I can't go any further right now. We're kind of stuck. Step bros. So that is where I think we're going to end for here, but we can hang out for a bit. But I think that's where we're going to end up for now. So what do you guys have set for tonight coming up?
Well, yeah, I guess it's tonight for you. We're gonna go over Al Green and a couple of TikToks from some of the other Democratic critters.
Okay.
Oh my God. We got 2 TikTok videos. Oh my God. The purple hair giant. She did a very demure TikTok. Wait,
The
that's
purple haired
TikTok.
who?
Oh, what's her name?
I can't remember.
Oh God, she's like 85 years old.
Oh, the lady in Congress?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, her. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, very demure. Very, very real. Oh, it's horrible. It's cringeworthy.
Most anything Congress critters do is cringeworthy.
No, she took it to a whole new level.
Well, yeah,
It's so bad.
yeah.
We're gonna cover Al Green. We're gonna cover We Shall Be
Yep,
Free.
daylight savings time just happened, chat.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We're gonna cover the Al Green and censure, and We Shall Be Free,
Yes.
which is cringe, so cringe. Oh. Amy Coney Barrett and her dirty look at Trump. and proof that she has turned against Trump.
Well, supposedly, the Supreme Court is supposed to be neutral and just do the law.
Yeah, that's out the window. No, not gonna happen. What else are we gonna cover? Al Green, Amy Coney Barrett.
Oh, I'm sure we can find something AOC or something else too.
Oh God, AOC's coverage of the joint
Joint
deal
out.
is
Yeah.
bad, really bad. As you heard it recorded, it's gonna be bad, Sean. It's gonna be bad.
Oh, okay, looking forward to it. 9 o'clock tonight, guys. 9 Eastern. I'm like, assholes react. Now it's not a goatsy channel, but you might think it might just based on that name alone. But no, they don't do that.
Well, maybe depends on the night.
So it's like the Libertarian podcast. For you guys are the goatsy podcast review.
Pretty much.
We did a generic name, so we can do about anything we want to do.
All right, we're gonna pour out this paint because I need to get this clean.
We're just probably gonna say something that's gonna upset a lot of people.
A lot. That's what the internet's all about.
Yeah.
Shoot, last week we did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do last time?
If our
Well, heck,
stream
I
was-
lost the guy on Thursday.
Last week was nothing but Zelensky,
Oh.
and we upset quite.
I need more money for the cocaine
Oh,
and tanks made out of
we
cocaine.
called Zelensky out for what he was, and a lot of people hated us for it.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, I lost a guy on Thursday. Got really upset about me saying AOC hadn't broken the law yet, but that's all right.
Well, what about the guy that self-deported?
Well, a couple have done that.
Yeah. I mean, one
It's
of
like
her
it's great.
staff members did.
One of her staff members did.
Yep.
Mega base.
So all
Like,
they
even
said, he
better.
was here on a visa and it had expired, and he had been here, I don't know how long. It was very vague. Didn't say what kind of visa. Was he here on a
Oh, I'm
work
sure he
visa
totally was
or
then.
whatever?
I'm sure he totally was. I'm sure he doesn't tell a lie. He's like all the whole holes. Very honest people.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, I don't know. The best thing about Ukraine so far is watching all the people who are in Ukraine. If they're Americans, there's like one guy. He's leader of you guys ever watch Sharp?
Sure.
Have you ever seen that? It's a TV
No.
show.
Yeah, I turn my TV on once a year.
Okay, so there's this old TV show from the 90s. It's called Sharp. It's got the guy who played Trevelyan 007 or 006 in GoldenEye.
Okay. Yeah.
Sean Bean. Well, he plays it's a series of books too. It's kind of like Master and Commander, but it's about guys. It's about a guy who fights in the Napoleonic Wars as an infantryman. And he rises to fame because as a mere sergeant, he saves the Duke of Wellington's life in Spain. It's kind of like the premise of the story. Sharp is Kino, yes. So anyway, he ends up getting in charge of all the references, not Ned Stark. Yeah, well, I've only watched 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, J-Rock. So anyway, as this all happens, he ends up getting put in charge of these riflemen. And it's like they wear green, and it's it's like the beginnings of like actual proper like military shit.
Oh,
So and he's
standing
part
in line.
well,
type
it's
of
still part of that,
warfare.
but he's in charge of a group of guys, and they go out and do like detachment stuff, and they do special missions and shit like that. Anyways, he's part of like he ends up running what's called the Chosen Company because they're chosen for their their skills and all that, and they're called the Chosen Company. They're the chosen men, and there's a guy in Ukraine now. They're a bunch of Americans, and they call themselves that. They're the Chosen Company. And it's like, you fucking Reddit LARPer theater kids fucking just copied a fucking name of a TV show of the good guys on a TV show. Like, how fucking gay do you have to be? I mean, pretty fucking gay. Because they're Redditors, basically. And he's one of those people in Ukraine. He's like, if I could just get a Ukrainian passport right now and wave my US one, I would so fucking do it. And it's like, oh, fucking spare me. The moment it all goes south, he's going to be on the first plane back to New York, which that should be happening very soon because it's all falling apart.
Everybody wants to do gangster shit until it.
Yeah,
Let's be gangster.
the
until
curtains
it's time
fall.
to do
The curtains
gangster
falling
shit.
on the curtains falling on his summer camp project, and it's like he's going to pull up. I think I left my oven on. I'd better go check. Well, a couple of them have done that. Where it's like, I've switched from, I've done my tour. I'm now going to spend time in Kiev, and I'm going to be a fundraiser. And it's like, why don't you just admit, like, I don't want to fucking get hit with a fucking JDAM. Like, I get it. I would, if you tell me that's why you don't want to be there, I totally get it. I don't want to get hit by a fucking Russian JDAM. That would really fucking suck. I don't want a BMP with a 30 millimeter autocannon chewing me in half. Like, totally understand.
Or
ain't gonna
drone
judge.
dropping a mortar round on me.
Yeah. So. But yeah, no, the whole holes are having a rough time.
Yeah.
And use that word. It upsets them. That's their N word. They get mad when you use it. And if you want to piss off a Russian, you can call them a catsap. That's the N word for them. That's the word. That's the N word the Ukrainians use against the Russians, and the Russians hate that word. So you just use the slurs on both sides. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's a
I'm just tired of
dehumanization
fighting a war we can't win.
Well, that too. I'm tired of just like, hey, well, who's our fight? We're gonna fight China. Oh, cool. When are we gonna do that? With what weapons? The shit we gave away? Like, cool. We've given Ukraine what, like 4 million artillery rounds, and the army's admitted we still don't have enough to fight a large-scale combat operation. Like, so why are we giving them more shit? Like, let's put on our oxygen mask before we help out the people around us.
When I was in, we were still expending World War
Ron,
II.
You're having a tough time finding their live stream. Hold on here. Well, yes, don't just type in an asshole reacting into Google. You're gonna get, some. You're gonna get some cat porn. You don't want to do that. Oh, here, let's bring it up. Let's see here. Assholes react. I don't see. Where the hell are you guys again?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up too.
$8
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm looking. Oh, is it? Hold on here. I forgot the underscore. Forgot the underscore. The a-holes. Yeah. Well, you're also at a-holes react. So, Chad, if you want to find them, here's where you go. You go to You go to here at a-holes react. That's where you're gonna go. You're gonna go to this thing right here. A-holes react. Why does it show me not subscribed? I already did it once, but I guess I'll do it again. There you go. You got
Oh,
81
he got
subs. but-
found out.
Yeah. Anyways, that's where you go, chat. Drop the link. Well, that is that right there is the link. Oh, let's see. Your mom's the link.
Maddie B.
What do people ask when I have Kurt on again? Yes, I like Kurt, and honestly, like I said, it's my channel, so yes, I would have Kurt on again. I enjoy Kurt. I consider him a colleague and a friend. So yes, I would. So booyah. Yeah, nothing's showing live there. Well, they're not live right now, Ron.
Yeah.
They're not live, but they will be live. I don't think they have their live set up.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
Like
live's
an
not
hour
set
or
up
two
till later. Yeah, they're still working on getting things rolling.
Yeah, it's usually the last minute scramble to get everything together.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. So, all right. Hold on. I'm gonna move some shit. Then we're all done. Okay. You can't tell Meme is a bogan. Oh. All right, guys. Hold on one second. You're gonna move some shit around. Drop that. Don't drop that. Don't drop. Don't fall. Oh,
And crash on the floor.
All right, guys. So, talking to sandwich, I'm talking to you, J-Rock. You are the sandwich. Maybe we're all sandwiches.
You know, what is up with J Rock?
What's that?
What is up with J Rock?
I don't know. What is up with J-Rock?
You know, is J Rock a lawyer?
Yes. Yes, he is. Down in Hotlanta, as the kids say. Down in Hotlanta.
The
So-
worst place to be.
Yeah. Somebody's like, wow, you changed shirts. Yeah, because I got a shirt I can afford to get like paint on and stuff. So Jared says that's super gay. Yeah, I know, and you're still here. So what does that say?
I
Oh,
heard J Rock is gay.
well, wouldn't surprise me.
Just
No.
saying. Maddie B said so.
So, oh, Ron's getting ready for beer for breakfast fishing show, guys. Yes, at Obscure Destinations Outdoors, guys. They do some rising and shining early. Jarek says, "I'll never be your sandwich." What? Why are you like repeating WTF and everything? Now you're catching strays. Well, that's what happens, man. What happens when you're in the ghetto? In the ghetto. Hmm. So, WDW Pro, what are they throwing down for? What happened? What happened? I thought they were bros. Because WDW Pro is Valiant Renegades, buddy, I think. If I'm correct. All right, hold on, guys. I'm still gonna put shit away. All right, hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
All
you're
right, I'm
good.
back.
You're good.
I won't get too carried away. Say things like that. All right. All right. Yeah. So I think we're all set, Chad. Gotta let some shit dry, and then we'll get to it later. So I think that's it. Pro said he never worked for Clownfish, and Neon brought receipts proving he lied. Why does it matter? I don't understand the drama behind that, Bella. Is there some issue? So, All right. Well, that's it for us. You guys, 9:00 tonight. You guys will be on.
We will.
Gonna be gooning at AOC, which is totally understandable.
Al Green, AOC, Nancy Pelosi, and the worst TikToks out of the Democratic Party. And if
sounds good.
you know, the Democrats have taken to TikTok, and it's bad. It's
Yes.
really, really bad.
So, Benjamin, what time is it Eastern time? It is 3:18 a.m. Eastern time. So, you lost a whole hour. So, anyways, Whiskey, thank you for being here, man. Glad you're working on the setup here. Looks good. Beers looks good, man.
Thank you.
Looks great. So that's it for us, guys. And there was some threat of a defamation lawsuit. Oh, okay. We'll have to go watch Twitter at some point. So in the meantime, chat will be around again. In the meantime, thank you guys all for being here, and we'll see you next time. Take care, you guys.
Night.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just 'cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, but please talk to a local attorney. Was that the fat guy that hated you?